Hi, everyone. Welcome to, this is our second annual, Mia and Karie's Manifesting Your Vision. And we were going to say vision board, but it's really more manifesting your vision because we're all using different tools to manifesting what we want in 2017. So we're super excited to have you here. And we want to share with you tips, tools, ways to really manifest from a soul level, not just literally cutting out pictures and pasting them to a board. So we're happy to have you here. Go grab, what are we deciding? We're going to grab something fun to drink and a pretty glass.
Fun to drink.
And we're going to sit back and
if you want your candle for inspiration and to calm you.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Super gummy stuff. So cool, guys. We're here to help manifest and really explode your mind on what you really want to happen in the next new year. So we're happy to have you. So Mia, start off. She was the one that came up with this brilliant idea last year, and it was so fun.
And it was really successful. We had people that couldn't get on the lines, and there were 200 lines open, and so it was really amazing that it just has rolled over into this. So we thought of doing this video for you so that you can be here with us in person and hopefully do it when this comes out, because with everybody working on this together and the intention of creating greatness for the new year, that energy is what we're looking to manifest. And when we raise our vibration with excitement, center, balance, soulfulness, spirit, that's how we manifest with our intention. So I'm really excited about this, aren't you?
Me too. I was happy making mine. I'm like, oh, I miss doing this. And I'll be honest, Mia was the one that kind of pushed me into doing this because I think 5-10 years in advance, but how about breaking it down per year? And I broke it down even like personal and professional, which was even more fun, a different kind of, because I think you manifest from a different energy when you're thinking about your personal life versus business. Mm-hmm. And that was a lot of fun for me. It was I noticed my energy was different that night. I was very hopeful for the future. I could feel my own vibration shift and change that night that I worked on. The next day, lots of fun things already started to happen in my business and personal life. So that's coincidence? Awesome. I think not.
It's really beautiful because let's talk about the different areas of that feeling that we bring up. So in the personal, it's very exciting and it's centered more to home within us. And that is brilliant. So we need to keep, you feel that energy. It's a home nesting energy. Mm-hmm. And then business energy it's a little bit more masculine. It's more profound, more, not quite, I don't mean solid because the other's solid too, but it's just on a different level. And you can do this for everything you want, even if it's one specific, like a trip or something, and then produce everything for your trip. So it's really beautiful. And Karie and I have talked last year with you guys about the difference between law of attraction and manifestation, because manifestation is the law of vibration, which is a lot higher than the law of attraction, because the law of vibration is the principle of the universe. It's one of God's frequencies. So when we raise ourselves up, that's when we attract in. So as we create these with the manifesting jujubes here, energy, it really is going to be fun. It's going to be fun for you. It's going to be fun for us. We also have some samples to share with you on our vision boards. Actually, we're going to use Karie's because mine are a little spicy.
Yours are rated R.
Yeah, I'm going to light up my personal life. It's, I'm saying this because I am in a relationship, and it's, I love him very much. The idea is to bring back everything you want. Those of you who know my Dream, Believe, Create understand that we can always recreate. So let's use this energy this time to bring in your magnificence for you.
I love that. Absolutely. You can always take what you have already and up-level it. It doesn't have to be start over with a clean slate. It could be even your business idea. Maybe you don't love your business right now, but you want to take it to the next level. How can you enhance it? And
or like you and I, we love our business, but we want to take it to the next level.
Absolutely. Always want to play bigger.
Yeah.
What else is possible? Absolutely. It is fun. I did notice, and I didn't even really pay attention to that till you said that. My personal slides were that feminine, girly side, and that showed up, and it felt really good to be I want to be pampered and be mommy. or, lover and so on. And then the business side was so different. I didn't realize that until you mentioned it. That it's totally the feminine and masculine side.
Yes.
So it's right into must have this, do this, publish 2 more books, blah, blah, blah. That whole masculine boxing gloves on. I'm going to make the world a better place. Girl came out.
Awesome. And when we do show the slides, when they're available to show in a few minutes, after we get into everything and describe it all, we're going to show Karie's slides. And we'll talk briefly about when we show you the slides, the energy that we're talking about, so that you get an even better idea. Now remember, if you guys have questions, please feel free to write either myself or Karie. Karie, is that cool with you while you're on vacation?
Absolutely. Oh,
you're
yeah.
Always open. You're always
still plugged in.
You're just going to have fun, but you're still on. Yeah, exactly. Awesome.
Yeah. I'll be hopping around my home state visiting family, but I'm always available.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
That's the whole point of having a laptop lifestyle.
Exactly. That's
what you want, where you want, but you're still working.
That's one thing that I have to honor you with that I really love. And it's similar to my heart too, is that when our clients or people, even if they're just following our work, reach out to us, we're there for them.
Yeah.
People get to a certain level where they close off. And so I noticed last year, some of you guys were saying, wow, you look just so busy. And so I reevaluated my business. This is kind of interesting to share. I reevaluated my business probably about 4 or 5 months ago. And I realized I missed you guys so much. So I jumped back into it full force. And instead of just the magazine and all the shows that I was doing and the coaching too, it's all about my people, just like how Karie, it's all about her people.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I stopped writing you guys back when you wrote me, because I didn't. I continued with that. But the point is our intention is what we're putting into these boards and into our life. And even with every single client that I have on the love side, whether it's the self-love or relationship love or getting over addiction or whatever it is, it's literally everything. It seems you probably experienced this too, especially this month and last month. It's all about intention. You guys, what is your intention? You and Karie's my business coach right now. So yeah, I love Karie. Her work, she's like pushing me even further. So it's all about intention. So as you create, what is your intention? Here's a little example, and I'm sure you've got them too, Karie. Yesterday, I love manifesting.
Mm-hmm.
When I feel it in my body, like, and I produce from that energy, wow, it happens so fast. So yesterday, I was singing Let It Snow, and I was wailing outside. I never let it go loud. And I got neighbors walking around. I didn't care because I was having a great time. I come upstairs and I'm carrying the groceries back from Costco. So I'm like, up my stairs. And so they were really heavy. So my intention was just really focused there. And I'm, saying, let it snow. And I'm going into it and I'm feeling that energy producing in me. I turn on Pandora and what is it? Let It Snow with Dean Martin. So
of course.
Like, wow. And I know that in relationships, it's been that way. Sometimes at night we get frustrated when we're in a relationship, if we're with somebody and it's not happening, our smoothness, and we're just like, I've got to be out of this relationship. I've got to move on to something else. That will happen. So be aware of your intention. Be aware of the power that you can produce. I also used that same energy last night to bring in something else, and I'm keeping that quiet for a while. But
to share all of it, we're okay.
You may see it in an email in the new year. So.
I was going to say, is this something that's on that vision board we're not supposed to see?
Yes! but on the business one.
Okay.
So
I
yes,
understand.
you could see it. So yeah.
I understand.
How do you feel, because you're very much about inspiring people's lives and you have your inspirational show and everything. So as in the way of manifesting, what are some of the things that you pull in energy-wise, consciousness-wise, to have you produce forward your manifesting?
Well, it is first and foremost is one challenge that most people have. They don't realize how intuitive they are. Most of us are. Mm-hmm. And not listening to those voices when they're directing traffic for you and trying to help you, that little intuition whisper, sometimes it turns into a loud scream, unfortunately, when we don't listen the first time. But the beautiful part is just learning to step into that and trusting your own intuition. The thing is, and that's why vision boards are so great, is I'm a visual person anyway. I'm a visionary. So when people come to me and talk about where they want to go in their life, I'm seeing the pictures happen. I see things happen. I see where it's going to go. I see the path. I see the people that are going to come into their life, and I get almost overwhelmed because it's like, whoa, which is when I work with clients, I have to pull back myself a little bit because maybe I'm not going as fast as they are in this journey. It's really all about them. But it's the visual aid of having things around you. I like to have happy pictures around me, those that trigger an emotion. And when I share my vision board, you'll see I like lots of colors. There's a reason why Instagram and Pinterest is so popular with their visual aid, because we something about us, when you're flipping through your phone on Facebook or wherever, and you see this beautiful vision of maybe somebody on the beach or the blue water, and just you can feel your motion and energy shift and change, almost being in the picture. Mm-hmm. So I have to have visual aid. I have my favorite colors around me. I have to have happiness all around me in whatever vibration that looks like for you. I even have my office with all my favorite colors and plants and, just beautiful things around me. Even got, my bamboo shoot right here because I want to look at stuff, and I'm looking at this gorgeous window of overlooking the Valley of Vegas. I need that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have a gray cubicle with no color and manifest from that space. I just can't do that. So tap into what stimulates you. It could be smells, could be touching certain things. It could be sounds, music or water playing, like the Zen garden type of feel. What gets you in that manifestation space is so important. And that's what I do, to be honest, is just lots of pretty colors. Even facing the shower, I have this gorgeous picture hanging right over my bathtub. So I can just look at that while I'm washing my hair, and it's just a beautiful picture of water and pretty colors of turquoise and blues. But I start to get ideas in the shower. We all do. I know I'm not the only one.
Well, you and I are water people, and yes, many of you out there listening are water people. We identify and get healed through water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it looks like. This painting, it looks like a splash of water, just blue and turquoise, and it's really pretty.
I'm going to read you my hair, everyone, because I have two horns sticking up. Okay. So, enough of the horns, and now we're back to Mia. I just thought I can't let that go the whole entire time, because people are going to say, yeah, I remembered you, Mia. You had two, and they're up again. Okay.
We did notice till you pointed it out. How fun is that?
That's okay. We can all have fun. Woo! I love how you were sharing the energy of the manifesting, because it literally is about raising us up. This is why self-love work is very, as you know, you're a huge self-love promoter. Why self-love work is so vital to who we are, because as we elevate up, guess what we're doing? We're raising our vibration. We're aligning it with God, because when we practice love in our body and outside, love and God vibrate on the same level. So we're elevating and we're attracting in. So that's the difference between manifesting and the law of attraction. The law of attraction is just only visualizing, holding the steering wheel of your car or living in your house. And yes, we do attract. We obviously attract that way. But if you want to slam dunk it the right way, practice manifesting, because the vibration is higher, it's pure, and it swoops in all the time. And you can manifest on demand. When you get really good at this, things start clicking, don't they, Karie?
Yes, they do. Yeah. It almost scares you.
The greatness. Woo! Be careful. I remember my mom used to say, it's funny because we have people in our lives that are brighter and more connected than they want to be or than they realize. Mm-hmm. My mom used to say, be careful what you wish for, because you're mighty powerful. And so in a conscious way, we want to, be aware of what we're bringing in. And it's really powerful. So use that energy for good, for you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Be aware, am I doing this with love? What would love do? Because when we operate on a darker side, that's not love. And that's not what we're all about. We're all about this white light in the spiritual realm. And if you're just checking this out for the first time and you're interested in what manifesting and the law of attraction and vision boards are all about, it's really cool stuff. If you have questions, again, please write us, because we can bring it down to more of a mainstream conversation. And it is something that we do try to do, is talk more mainstream so that everybody can come along and have a great time. So let's get into the different methods of vision boarding.
Okay.
Or creating our vision now.
Right. Absolutely. I personally have done the old-fashioned, go grab yourself a big poster board at, Kinko's or somewhere, and have sat down and glued with my own daughter little pictures and stuff and cutouts from magazines, as many of us have done. Unfortunately, with that situation, is sometimes I couldn't find in the magazine what really matched the energy I wanted. So then you're going through all these magazines and ripping stuff out, and you're settling. That doesn't feel good. So it feels kind of icky. So I choose to do it digitally so I can pull in pictures through Google or wherever that match the energy I'm looking for. It's so interesting when you Google true love, what kind of stuff you'll see, and you're like, whoa, that's it. And that matches what you want. So I personally like to take it to a digital level so I can match exactly what I'm feeling and seeing for myself versus hunting through a magazine. If you're kinesthetic and you like the hands-on cutting and gluing, do that route. Whatever works for you, because again, we all like to use our senses and whatever that looks like. Do you want me to share my personal one, or no?
I do, but I want to say one thing really quick. Okay. I'm very excited now to share mine. So after we're done with Karie talking and sharing hers, then I'm going to snip in the editing process. I'm going to snip in mine so you can see the second one. Okay. Just so you guys know, because my personal one is kind of racy, but in the feminine world, we all want beautiful, and it's not X-rated. It's just, as she was talking, I was thinking about this beautiful couple who remind me sort of my husband and myself. The way they're holding and looking and kissing is like, whoa, and they're fully dressed, but you feel like,
right.
So, yeah.
It's hot stuff. That's what you want. You want to pull it in, bring it in, whatever it looks like. Yeah. So I will share my personal one first. Let's see here. Share screen. Let me go to full slide here. Okay, so this is my personal 2017. I actually Googled, I have to say, up in the left-hand corner, I have a boyfriend. He lives, unfortunately, in England, hence the English flag. I have never been there. I'm going there this year, so 2017. So a lot of this is kind of, I have a hint of what's coming up, but nothing's been solidified as in plane tickets yet, but I know I want this to be my year. I know I want this. Yeah. Right down to the car I need to pay cash for. It's not a super fancy car, but it's the one I've been looking at for a long time. And it's really living internationally now. I don't need to have a Lamborghini in the garage. Yeah. But the funny thing is on the left there, this picture of the couple kissing looks like him and me. That's the part that, like you said, you see a picture that resonates with yourself and who you're with. Yes. And this beautiful beach scene, because I really just typed in romance, travel, and what vibrant health. We're planning our trip to Hawaii in April together for 2 weeks. So much yummy stuff that I just was, and I've never given myself permission to travel internationally. I have a blank passport. So this may seem like, oh, well, that's my every year. It's not every year for Karie. Karie's kind of a homebody. She'll like to stay home. Single mom, kind of trapped with the school schedule. So you kind of plan your vacations around that. I shouldn't say trapped, just, anchored a little bit. So the thought of literally getting on a plane and going to an international country for 3 months, 6 months, whatever that looks like, is kind of scary to me. So I thought if I put the pictures in, it would make it more feel like my new normal. It gets to be my new normal.
It's beautiful. There's a few of these that I have in my business side. That's okay. I love this, Karie. This is beautiful. It's very reminiscent of what you want to create. You and I are friends, and so we talk. And so this is really, really lovely. And you're going to be in England this summer or whenever for that amount of time. Guys, girls, I didn't mean it like you're guys. Something to remember about this. We are more powerful. I just want to state that in 2011, I was talking to my mentor at the time, and she had said, oh, I'm going to start living by coastal New York and Los Angeles. And I said, wow, I've always wanted to do that. I'm going to create that this year too. And a couple months later, I met my husband. And so I started living in Los Angeles and Miami. So we can create whatever we want just with our heart. See, it's the heart chakra also that's shifting in. Whether she's being demanding in the business, this is the way it's going to be, I'm bringing this in, or whether her heart sings, your heart sings and says, I'm going to go, live 3 to 6 months with my love in London or England. It's the same thing. It's about that creative energy that we're producing.
Well, I pulled in the man the same way. So it all works out that way. This is a new relationship a month in. So we're already planning out our whole year together and how we'll make it work, regardless of the 5,000 miles. Yeah. He'll be here later in January where we will sit down and literally plan out our life together. So it's that way. It's somebody I met and I just said in my mind, I want to talk to this person today. I want him to call me. And within 5 minutes, he was calling me. So that's how powerful we can be.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Telepathically, you're putting out messages all day. Might as well be what you want, right? Not what you don't.
Well, exactly. Can we see a little bit lower on you've got a vibrant down here on the lower left. I'd like to see that. That's beautiful.
Vibrant health. You can't, I don't know. I see it takes up my whole screen. So I don't know what you're seeing or not seeing.
Right. It's cut off underneath the word vibrant.
And just says vibrant. Yeah, it says vibrant health, and I don't know how to make it any smaller other than to.
That's okay, because we know you're quite vibrant. So that's perfect.
What's vibrating down there, Karie?
You're glowing, girl.
Vibrant health, and then, of course, aloha for Hawaii. And that's pretty much what's on the end there is passport.
Very beautiful. Lovely.
So I get to finally put my passport to use and get a visa. All these things I never saw for myself a year ago. I've been single for almost 4 years. So this is all very, very new and can be pulled in at the right time, in the right place, with the right person. Not to inspire anybody that has those doubts for themselves.
Right. Lovely.
So what would you like me to do next? Go to the business one or stop sharing?
Well, let's
stay on personal.
And so then here, everyone, is where Mia's going to clip in hers. So give us one moment and then we're going to pick back up again.
So we're going to go right into business. Yes. I'm going to share again, guys, I just did this on PowerPoint. 2 simple slides, one for business, one for personal. So it's really that simple. Current slide here. Make it a little bigger.
Oh, I love this. So cool too.
Well, I published a book last year and I want to publish 2 more. I've got 2 more that I'm working on. So naturally, I want to also exemplify the book I published last year. What happens is, and I noticed this in my energy, was it takes so much effort to promote, write it, publish it, that I literally ran out of gas. I don't know how else to describe it. You're just like, I'm done. I don't even want to talk about the book ever again. I'm so done. I'm burned out. But you can leverage off of that. It doesn't matter when you published it. I published it in June. You can still do a book tour. You can still do book signage. You can still do workshops around the book. So I'm going to take this book and my whole 2017 business and really magnify it in a group program with a summit, virtual summits, things of that nature, master classes, and really take that book to another level before I give myself permission to, publish the next 2. Because I know how much work it takes to get that out there. Yeah. But with that being said, I really stopped and go, what pictures resonate with me? Yes, I like the freedom of a virtual business, but I really like to be on camera. As stupid as that sounds, I really enjoy connecting with people in person, more television shows, more media, more PR, and if all possible, book tours, public speaking. You kind of get stuck in a rut, which, Mia can identify with as well with her own business. We work from home, so we kind of think this is it. We forget to give ourselves permission to get out there more, and how much fun it is when you do a public speaking event or a seminar, or you're doing a workshop for people locally. I forget how much I love that part, and I don't get stuck in my system and routine. So I want to empower myself and encourage myself for 2017 to do more of that. Give myself permission to just get out there and connect with people, because that is my gift and zone of genius. Being behind the laptop all day is playing small in my mind. So I'm giving myself permission to play bigger. And that's kind of the vibe of this this professional slide. I didn't write professional of the year on it, but it's all good.
This is great. This is really beautiful. Wonderful. I love this. As you'll see, and then we'll switch, when we switch to mine, you'll see that I love also how Karie uses blondes for herself. There's this one woman.
I get confused.
There's this one woman who resembles me in these photos. She's a lot smaller than I am, but not for long.
She's your future self?
Or my younger self, you know. And she reminds me, and she's brunette. And so I use her because she resonates with me. Just like what Karie was saying, have the picture stir your soul. Have you look at these images and go, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And I too, I've been speaking at events this year. Again, I took some time off, and I have an event in January in New York and in February in Las Vegas. So my point is I've got it on my thing about the speaking too. It's important for us, but it's not the end all get all, meaning that after a couple months into the new year, I'm going to stop public speaking for a little while, you know, because there's other things I want to do. I want to be able to travel with my business and hold, you know, retreats in different countries for the people that, for you guys who follow my work, you know, I'll be coming to you at some point. I'm in 22 countries, 7 continents. Karie is as well. This is great stuff. You know, if you want us to come speaking in your country, then let us know.
I mentioned the empty passport is now being used.
Exactly. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a given.
Thank you for sharing that, honey. That's beautiful.
Awesome. Stop share. There we go.
And then Mia's is up next. Okay. I know, really.
So Vanna White.
And so we talked about intention. We talked about methods. I use my phone. I do. I have a pic collage, and I just pop them all in, and it may not be as systematically. It's weird because I like them off-centered and doing this kind of stuff. There's a little bit of wildness to me. I noticed that Karie's are all perfect. But I have to say this.
I was hurrying. I'm sorry.
I have to say this, that it's amazing because we are expressions of our work. And the reason, like 5 years ago, I started doing these vision boards now, or Vision Now boards, with my clients, was to bring in what they're working on now over the next several months. And so to a year. So this is beautiful. But I started with, this is funny, I have to confess to you, I started with my phone on pic collage because I'm too anal. It had to be pretty. You know, for me, that was important. If you love, and it's great, if you love getting out there with your glue stick and your, you know, cement stuff and oh, I like that. I was just thinking of sparkles and little beautiful
that makes
things.
it more fun.
Yeah,
I participate with sparkles.
Yeah.
Dazzle it.
Exactly. Or if you print it, what I tell people, or if you create it, you can email it to yourself and have it printed at, say, Kinko's or Staples. And then if you also want to use your glitter glue, you can do that too. You can frame it. You can put it up on your wall without it being framed. It's really beautiful. Or you can even mount that on a board so that it's stiff and you can see it all the time. I often use, for a couple months after the new year, on my desktop, I put up my vision board so that every time you know, it does its thing, I see my vision board and I'm connecting to it. And just
there's picture frames out there too that you can do that swipe a picture. A lot of the coaches I've worked with will put visions, their little images on a frame on the desk that's digital, the kind that rotates pictures like a desktop on your computer.
I like that.
Lots of ideas. Now I'm thinking of printing it out and putting bedazzled stuff on it and framing it properly. That just sounds like fun.
It does,
so
doesn't
much scrapbooking supplies in our craft room.
Exactly. I'm going to do that too. And I also like how you said the digital frame. I'm going to look for a digital frame because it's really beautiful to have those go by and to feel and connect, because say you're looking at a blank beach, you know, with a chair, and it moves you and you're like, oh, I can't wait to be there. I just want to relax into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden a sassy picture comes by and it makes your heart go, it flutters it. And so it generates that attention that we're giving to it. I actually like that better, or in addition to the vision board, because it is bringing the attention of what we want. Because if we're looking at something all the time, you know, say on the desktop, we might not be picking out the specific looks, but as it flips by on that digital frame, it's like, hello, I'm right here. So very nice.
Yeah, if you're on your computer, you're not seeing that, where this can be on your desk.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've got quite a few coaches that do that. Good stuff.
Very good stuff. Very good stuff. So where would you like to, what else would you like to share before we close out for people? And we're sorry that we're not able to take your individual questions right now. What we are going to do with this is we're also going to give you last year's talk as well, which has a lot of Q&A on it and a lot of conversation about manifesting as well. So you get year 1 and year 2.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Just I think the only thing is that Mia uses Pic Collage. I just wanted to point out that there is apps out there for this too. I think Jack Canfield has one. Hay House has a vision board. Good grief. Just go to your app store and type in vision board. You'll get Law of Attraction, all kinds of mental visual stuff. Lots of, good Lord. Girlfriend, there's more stuff on here than I have.
I was waiting for what the good Lord was.
Vision board deluxe. I mean, it can make it look like it's being tacked to an actual peg board.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Lots of
wasn't that clever.
See if I can just show you.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
The world is your oyster. Make it pretty.
I just typed in collage on my app store and just chose one that I remembered using before on my other phone. So
lots of choices. Do it, whatever works for you. The key is to do it.
Exactly. And to enjoy it. Otherwise, you can't just do it by rushing through it.
Right.
It's not going to benefit you. It's exactly as anyone who builds their business rushing through or builds their platform of their life. Self-love, I've had clients who have said, a few of them, and I'm like, slow down. Not in the last year, but before that in my group courses, some people were like, how fast can I get through this?
Yeah, I know. It's a journey, guys. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
You're not a racehorse, and it is the journey, and it's the little beautiful nuances that we discover along the way that make us brighter. Remember, when there's darkness in our life and the shadows come, the light is what makes it all beautiful, because we cannot appreciate the light without the darkness.
True.
So if you're in darkness right now, create something just so beautiful. And you know who I'm talking to. I just feel you already. Just create things. If you can't focus in on specific things, choose pictures that inspire you. Happiness. Call it your happiness board. There are so many people who have written, both of us, about having depression and stuff. And so this is a way to also get out of that and to love yourself. Choose candles, choose ocean, choose jewelry, choose music, bands that you like. Whatever stirs your soul, put that on your board.
I love that. True. And yes, it's not a task on your to-do list. This is enjoyment. No different than like getting a manicure or a massage or something. Enjoy it. Be present.
Right.
Really listen to your heart. I love that. How fun. Last year we didn't have visual aid. This year we did. So
Yes. So Karie, what would you like to share with people? One last message, and I will too.
Well, I study numerology, and I want to give everybody a little bit of hope too, as we're going into a different year, universally, altogether, collectively, 2016, if you add the numbers together, is the year of 9, which means endings. So a lot of us are letting go of this 9-year cycle. I'm so happy to let go of this 9-year cycle, as it's been my growth cycle of preparing me for what's to come. And we're stepping into a brand new year, and it's not starting over, it's up level. Look at it like a way to up level. So when you create your vision board, really think, this is my new platform to create. Where do I want to go in the next 9 years? Really set this as your springboard of where you're going to go, not just next year, but the years after. So that's just my little tidbit, something I follow, and I'm always looking to explore myself, because I am, I get to be a soul on this beautiful universe and platform of a planet. how does it all affect me and how does it affect you? So that's just my 2 bits.
I love that. And thank you for reminding me, because this year, from every spiritual person that I know, has shared with me that this has been one of the roughest years of their life. Also one of the most growthful. So I want to share with you as well, on tagging on to Karie's, is that you're okay. This is amazing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We're all going through this. And now my words were very similar before I even heard hers. And that I just said is, you're not alone. We're here. We're all going through this together. I want to remind you that I talk about the 5% rule. 5% of the population will love us. That means in everything, 5%, in every aspect, 5% of the population romantically will love you. 5% blah, 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 money-wise, da-da-da. You know how much that is on a 7 billion person planet? Between 5 and 10%, which is the scale that we use, that's between 500,000 and over 1 million people. So when you look at it that way, that is enough for us. Get out of the scarcity and lack. We have enough. Raise your vibration, elevate who you are, and really begin to appreciate your magnificence, because you are magnificent, and we're all in this together. No one is alone. We've all gone through depression. We've all gone through financial things. We've all gone through finding love, releasing love, whatever it is, body issues, all that. We've all gone through it. So you are not alone, and you are very much loved. And thank you for joining us.
I love that. Thank you. That was beautiful, Mia.
Thank you, honey. Bye, everyone.
Bye.